What's up, everybody? It's already hump day. So, I had we had a good crowd last night. I wouldn't say we had a big crowd, but we had a good crowd. We had about in the 60s. That'll work. Uh, and had a lot of technical difficulties. I was just thankful after hearing Felix talk after the show that we even got the show in. Robert had internet issues, but that really made it hilarious. But then we found out toward the end, after we let Robert go, that the Android users were having a nightmare trying to watch it. So that may have hurt our attendance a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the deal is with Android. Is it better this morning?
I actually have it on and I'm not seeing it blinking, so maybe it got fixed. That would be
So
nice.
anyway.
Days.
So we think the Android having issues last night hurt our crowd just a little bit, but we had a blast. Everybody was there.
Yeah, it was so fun.
We didn't get to every question. We tried to get to as many as we could. So if we missed yours, we're sorry. And two, we tried to spread it out. So if you ask like 5 questions, we try to get one of yours, maybe 2, and then go on somebody else. So we had to spread the love a little bit. So anyway, let me mark off the show last night. That was in the books. Today we're going to have the Adventures of Fox and Miles with us. They're done here. We have video and audio. So we'll hook up with them in a minute. Tomorrow, no show. Friday will be fun day. And then we're going to roll into next week. What is the name of the channel Monday? Bikes, boats?
Bikes, boats, and bivouacs.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Right.
And so then Tuesday morning, I got some stuff I got to do at school, so no show Tuesday morning. Tuesday night, Selling Away with T&K. Wednesday, we're going to have Rob Workman music. So that's going to be cool. Thursday,
country music, basically country music singer. He writes and sings his own songs, and he does some cover songs, and that's his YouTube. Cool. If you want to go over and check him out beforehand, Rob Workman. I can't say that. Rob Workman's music. Yeah, he's pretty good.
So Thursday, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, we will have a mega channel on. We're gonna have like a lunch show next Thursday. We will not have our early morning show. We'll have a lunch show. We're going to come on at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time till 2:30. So it'll be 12:30 to 2:30. Mega channel. We'll announce the channel Wednesday, the day before, just to make sure everything's still on. This channel, if not already, is approaching 500,000 subscribers. So, so they did give us the disclaimer that anything could happen. So, talked to y'all about that before. You know that anything's possible. So, what was I going to say? And then the day after that, next Friday is my birthday. So Fun Day Friday, the 25th, will be my birthday. So, and I don't run from birthdays. I look forward to having them.
Just so everyone knows, I haven't heard back from Stevie Nicks. I'm hoping she'll make it for his birthday, but I really don't think so.
Yeah.
So let me see here, dear.
Just saying.
So just thought I'd throw that out there.
So probably what's going to happen, Texas Family Camping next Thursday, is whoever. Let me go check on the boys.
Yeah, they probably need their coffee this morning. They're already fussing.
Thursday, Tuesday.
I'm babysitting. They don't like anybody to drive or walk by the house.
He meant next Tuesday morning. Next Tuesday when you're not here. Do you have anyone taking your slot?
Okay.
As far as I know, no one has claimed it because there's a good chance nobody even knew he wasn't having a show yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm not having a show tomorrow. I mean Thursday either. This coming 17th, no show.
Right.
And the 22nd morning.
He was actually asking about next Tuesday.
Yeah. If anybody wants to jump in, I don't schedule that anymore. I just say jump in because I was sort of getting some bad vibe from people that think maybe I was giving preferential treatment. So you guys just rock on, do it, whatever you want to do. And
recommendation, put out a thumbnail, and then you got it. Yeah, it's a recommendation.
The 24th, though, September the 24th, when we have the mega channel, I will say that probably somebody has plans on might have plans on moving up. So I would not plan on, if you're not usually on that morning, of doing that, because some of the other channels that we're going to be over that day might move up, so they can be at our show too. So anyway, so if anybody wants those spots, like somebody said, my only advice is put your thumbnail up so everybody knows. But I had to quit scheduling people to do that because y'all know me. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want anybody to think that I'm giving anybody better treatment over somebody else. So that's the world we live in. So I love all of you guys. So, and that's probably the only fair way of doing it.
It's a free for all. Whoever gets there first gets it.
Run!
Yeah. All right. So I got that took care of. So thanks to all the members. We got several members in the chat today. Members, keep an eye on your membership tab. We got some stuff coming up that we may release in a few days. So keep an eye on that. That'll be a members only item. And so keep an eye on that. The community tab is open to the public. I keep stuff put on there all the time. If you want to see the awesome screenshot of all of us on the screen with Traveling Robert last night, that's on there. And if anything cool comes up, cool channels and stuff, I try to post it there. I can't post every cool channel, but y'all know me. If it's weird, wacky, and a little crazy, I might post it there. So
I think the word Yahoos on that little emoji just isn't working.
So the Yahoo emoji is give Felix issues.
I think the word is just too long. So because it's got to be so tiny that it's just blurring it all together. And I mean, I don't even think you can really tell. I mean, you can see it's Jerry.
Yeah. If I had given Felix that much trouble, as much as that Yahoo emoji has given Felix, I'd be at the bottom of the lake somewhere. That's all I'm saying.
It doesn't need emojis. It's just maybe the wording.
Just the word. I can try that and see if it's just the word.
I mean, you can't read it, but I mean, actually don't look bad.
I might be able to I could put like Yah up at the top with a little hyphen and then who's below it and kind of stack the word. I'll try something.
Yeah.
So just to give y'all a little, hang on just a second here. So y'all think that I don't have it bad. Hang on. Oh, okay. I lost it.
Well, Dave really likes the Yahoo's emoji, obviously, because he's really throwing it out there.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't think I don't have it bad,
you got it bad.
I am going to show y'all something right quick. I gotta wait till the commercial goes off. It will not let me skip the commercial. Of course, if I was a rock star like her, that just popped up on my notifications. And if any of y'all don't know who that is, you actually were born under a rock. So just saying.
At the soda rock.
I gotta now go back and find everything. I had video brought up to watch. I'll find it later. And but anyway, so all that going on. What else did I say? All right. So the membership link should be somewhere on the screen. If not, it's on the about page. Merchandise link, about page. Patreon link, about page. Instagram, podcast, all that's on the about page. By the way, the podcast is rocking, by the way. So I think it is. It ain't in comparison, to the world, but I thought it's doing pretty good. So y'all check that out. Podcast is free, YouTube is free, community page is free. The only thing you have to pay for if you want just a little bit more out of me and the crew, that's just a little bit more. So, it's $4.99 membership. You can be a Patreon member for like $3, but you don't get the same benefits as the YouTube. Everything has its own little different deal. So,
which just so
anyway,
everybody knows, because people have been a member for a month almost now or something like that. I think you started a month ago. We haven't forgot you. We're trying to work on some other things too. And we're trying to get shows booked because we need the guests, or we don't have a show, kind of, sort of, not really. So we haven't forgot you guys, and we do plan to try to think up and, do some things for y'all, but it's gonna, it wasn't like top priority on the list, but we're right there now. So
yeah, it's in the works.
Watch, we'll get some things going here pretty quick.
If I paid all these people minimum wage per hour, I'd be broke. That they put in. We talk hours and hours and hours. We usually talk an hour after every show, 20 or 30 minutes before. We text all day, and it's just one of those things. We put a lot of work. They put a lot more work in it than I do. I'm the first to admit it. And so we try to do it the best we can. We watch other channels. We try to see what everybody likes, but we want our channel to be different. So that's why we're not like everybody else.
Just so everybody knows, I'm going to let you in on the little of the behind the scenes. It's a text from Gary. This would be a great idea. Then it's a text from either me or Nettie saying, all right, we'll get to work on it. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I got it. Don't worry about it. Let me do this. Let me do that. But it's always Gary's idea. So
yeah.
It ain't always my idea. These are rock stars up here. So all right. I was giving us to get a little time and get everybody in here. We got 16 in here. We're starting to roll people in here. What else do I need to announce? Anything?
Explain the link for our guest so everybody knows.
So our guest coming up today has a lot of social media outlets. And this is what we're going to start doing. I think we agreed on this about 2 seconds before we went live. So from now on, if a channel has a link tree, which we have a link tree, I think all these Yahoos up here has link trees. So like Instagram will only let you put one link. But if you have link tree, you can put link tree link. When they click on that, it'll post all of your links. So from now on, if a channel has Linktree, we will be posting their Linktree link. That will give you access to every one of their links. So there won't be 50 million. In other words, Nettie and Felix won't be dropping links plus the bots. So you're going to get the Linktree link from now on. Y'all, if you've never used Linktree, you got to go get you a Linktree account. It's free. It's cool. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I added some stuff to mine the other day. So
I recently just actually started mine just like 2 weeks ago. I just started it. So, and I found it great because if everyone that uses Instagram knows, when you go to try to post your video link on a post, you can't do it. You can't add that link as a regular Instagram user. I think you have to have a business account before you can make something linkable in a post. And, I just have regular Instagram. So, I was always just had my channel name in there. Well, that means they have to click the channel name, go find the video, click on the video. This way, I just put at the very top of my link tree, when you click on it, it says latest video. And I just remember to change that link. And then when I post on Instagram, I can say you can go click on my link and click latest video. So all they have to do is click Linktree latest video, and it starts. So it's kind of handy for Instagram, which is actually why I started using it. But I've got everything in there, my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Twitter, my latest video or merchandise store, anything else that comes along the way. I don't know how many. I used to use the free one. I don't know how many links you can use on the free one.
Yeah,
And the more links you have, the better off it is that you have one, I think.
So, my mind just went blank. The realtor just texted, but
So,
no, I have rules. Anyway, I'm a little hard to get along with sometimes.
What?
Anyway, so somebody asked about Instagram. Instagram is great. I get a lot of subscribers off Instagram. Now, I'm not going to brag on any other social media outlet. I like Instagram. I like YouTube. The rest of that mess is, I don't see us doing. I got a Facebook for this Daydream About Nice Things, 200 people on it. I put stuff on it occasionally, get very little response. Instagram, we get responses every week. A lot.
I did a Facebook for ours, and it lasted me maybe 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'm done. I couldn't do it anymore. So I don't like Facebook. I absolutely despise Facebook. So
yeah, I've nerdy deleted mine.
I wonder if we could get Mark Zuckerberg on here as a guest. I have
no.
a few things I'd like to talk to him about.
I don't even care if you get a rock star. I'm gonna pass on that. All right, so let's get to our guest and see what kind of trouble I can get into before I text the real estate company. They're just being nice, but we set these ground rules up front. When you set ground rules, we need to sort of kind of go by them. So anyway, all right. So let's bring up our guest. The Adventures of Fox and Miles. You guys ready to come up? Give me a thumbs up. Good deal. Hey, guys.
Hi.
There you go. That's a little bit of the day in the life of Daydream About Nice Things. Do y'all have days like that?
Do you say?
Say it again.
I said, do y'all have days like my morning has went so far?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
My whole life is public, so if I get on a rant every now and then, it's a loving rant, but, nonetheless, I do rant some. I'm going to swap and put y'all up here. I don't like looking down.
Okay.
And I like everything being eye level.
Understood.
I can feel them looking at me. I can feel them burning. That's, So, for everybody out in the chat that don't know who you are, tell us who you are and a little bit about what your channel's about.
Cool. Well, we are Fox and Miles.
Yeah.
And so we started a YouTube channel about a year or so ago.
Yeah, some change.
Yeah. To chronicle our journey transitioning into full-time RVing. And so that's pretty much what it's about. So we transitioned to living in an RV full-time, and we're also sharing our arts because we're both creatives.
Yes.
So my wife, we're married too. To add that little, so we're married. But we're both creatives. So my wife sings, writes, and is also a photographer, and I do voice acting. So
yeah, you're lacking a little there, ain't you?
Say it again.
I mean, she's showing you up just a little bit.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And I like how you just transition from all these things you done, and you're like, and I do this. And I thought you were building up to say, you were like some award-winning actor or something, and you just
not yet.
Not yet.
I'm working on it.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just aggravated.
Yeah, no. So I mean, that's mainly it. We have our YouTube channel, and we also do podcasting and stuff like that, where we just talk about random things, our adventures, and things like that. So
yeah,
I cheat with podcasting. Like we're podcasting right now, but it'll show up later. I just script the audio, so you'll be on the podcast. So
okay, cool,
awesome.
So StreamYard allows you to go in there and strip the audio out
Okay.
and then I upload it to my podcast, and that's my podcast. So
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's not cheating, by the
No,
way.
That's
that's
super smart.
expanding, right? That's expanding our reach.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
By the way, I forgot to upload last night's podcast. So if y'all think to remind me, that'd be awesome. But anyway, one of the biggest interviews we ever done was last night, and I forgot to upload it to the podcast. So I'm really rocking it.
We
I
try to
told
keep
y'all
them
not to
straight.
brag on me too much last
Yeah, we
night.
try to
So,
keep them straight.
so these two down below, Felix is below me. She's for Happy Place Camping, and then Nettie is sitting over there with that evil grin on. And those are my awesome producers.
Oh, yay.
That's
And
cool.
so,
I'm
They-
fixing to text you.
yeah, I get a lot of evil texts during the show. They keep me straight. My wife has nothing to worry about because they will not let me get into trouble.
You need those people.
Yeah.
So, I, along with most of the people in the chat, are afraid of both of them.
No.
Breathe.
Uh,
You're gonna make the guests leave before we even get to find anything out about them.
Oh, no.
so, so your podcast. So that's a separate show for you. So you just record it totally separate.
Mhm.
Yeah, for the most part. Sometimes we do
Videos.
We'll do video and then rip the audio, kind of like what you do with
Yeah.
with StreamYard. So we do that for some stuff, but other things we just turn on a mic and just start talking.
Yeah.
So how do you come up with that much content? I mean, your life. I mean, I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
2 dogs in here that could create a lot of content, but
Oh, yeah.
You want to go? Yeah.
I think the content we use is just like our everyday lives for the most part. But I think much like you all are doing, like we reach out to community too. So one of the podcasts that we have is called Black RVers. And the reason why we started that was because, well, one, we're Black, but also we felt like
roll with it, right?
we felt like the travel industry or like the adventure industry was like heavily dominated by white folk, and you know that tends to be the case.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to really give an eye to Black people doing it too.
Yeah.
And also to show people that, hey, you can do this too. It's not just
Yeah.
a white thing.
Yeah.
And I put that in quotes because that's like common rhetoric, I guess, in like Black communities. Like, oh, Black people don't do that. Black people don't camp.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've heard it a bunch.
yeah.
I've had friends say we don't camp, but you
Right.
you don't camp.
Right.
I've had
Right.
friends do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I understand, and I understand where that comes from. For one, like I feel like Black people have a complicated relationship with nature, being that historically we're talking about it's slavery. Like, you know, slavery, we're forced to work in nature.
Yeah.
And so during the Industrial Revolution, everybody went north.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Into
we're
cities
going
and things like that. Yeah.
exactly. We're going away from that. And I think there's starting to become like this return to nature, I feel like, and just like this rediscovery, because I feel like we've always been in nature, you know?
Yeah.
So
And there's always been people, you know, who have had a desire to want to go camping and things like that. But because of that stigma, it's like, well,
right.
I'm not going to tell anybody or I might not do it.
Y'all were afraid to blaze the path. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife, I thought exactly what you just said. My wife was raised poor.
Okay.
I mean, poor as in no indoor plumbing. What she just turned. We're going to be 52 here, both of us, within days. But 52-year-olds were not raised without indoor plumbing. I mean, not in the area I grew up in. I mean, the people I grew up with, we all had indoor plumbing by then. That was a thing. But she was raised without indoor plumbing, and she tells me, and they laugh at me, my wife is not going to rough it. She roughed it all her young life.
Right.
Right.
And I think that's what you was getting at a little bit.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, who in their right mind wants to rough it?
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah.
On
Exactly.
purpose, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, we're thinking about downsizing our rig, and she said, potty, shower, or no rig.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She
Understandable.
said, I'm not roughing it. So, anything in between you can look on. So, but I do see what you're saying there. So how has it been blazing that trail? Because because you still, even though you guys are out there doing it and there's a handful of people on YouTube, you still are a minority, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think personally, like when we talk about like blazing the trail, I feel like there are Black folk out there who are doing it, but they might not have a channel, or they might not, share publicly. But I do, for me, it's exciting because I get to share this platform. So it's not just about like our experiences and like, because we don't know everything, right?
Not
like,
at all.
and our experiences are totally different. Like, my father and my mother, they actually RV when we were younger. And so I had the experience of like, going out and stuff like that. There are people who are just starting now who don't have that experience.
Right.
And so like my husband, he didn't have that experience.
Have any experience with RVing or even like real camping.
Yeah.
Like as a child with my school, we went to like a campground, but it wasn't roughing it.
No.
It was definitely, everything was fine. But
everything was proper.
Right, exactly. So, this has definitely been a different experience for me. And there definitely have been people in the Black community that have been RVing for a long time. But I am grateful that we have the opportunity for other people to actually see it, because it's different hearing about it, but actually being able to see it and share that with other people, because we've definitely got a lot of comments that, inspired other people within our community that are like, like now that we see somebody actually doing it, we want to do it.
Right.
Like, we're excited.
I could see us all caravanning together. It would be a hoot. I could put K&R with these two right here, and us all go caravanning with you two and Jerry, and the campground would never be the same.
That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work because all of us would be smacking Kyle. We'd be right in line behind Ryan. Just saying.
If you guys don't have K&R destinations, y'all need to go over and check them out. Me and my wife have been blessed enough to meet up with them. They came down to our area and we camped tonight with them, and my stomach hurt. I laughed so hard. So,
that's cool.
I'm a big cut up. Take nothing I say to be too serious. I try to cut up and have fun. You only get one chance at life. No redos. So I try to laugh and cut up and make fun and all that kind of good stuff. I can tell that Fox is a big cut up. Miles, you play off Miles. I can tell. I've got you read. So that's me and my wife. I'm the big cut up. I play off my wife.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So what kind of rig do you guys have?
We have a 2014 Thor Majestic that we actually purchased used from Cruise America.
Yeah, so it's a Class C.
Yeah, it's a Class C. Sorry.
Class C. Good deal. So was that your first rig, or did y'all start tent camping and go up? I'm thinking no for Miles, but I'm just asking. Yeah, Miles over here now.
We actually, because my parents had an RV and it was a Class C RV. I can't remember the make and model right now, but I feel like that was the first experience for me. So that was what I was drawn to. I was this, like, I remember moving around in the space. Granted, I was a lot smaller. But that was what I was familiar with. And I understood that with Class C RVs, like, it's not like driving like a Class A where it's like you have to learn how to drive it and, all that stuff.
A big van.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all that stuff made me nervous. So Class C is our first one.
Yeah. This is our first RV. And I mean, when we were looking into it, because at the time we were living in an apartment in Washington, D.C. And so all of the idea started with Fox. So she had the idea.
I can imagine that.
We're going to transition into, trying to live full time in an RV. And so for me, I was, like you would guess, I said no. I'm not interested in that.
I totally understand the channel name now. I totally got it.
But she eventually, she showed me some more information and stuff like that, and I got convinced. And so we went and started looking. And for me, I definitely wanted whatever is going to be the easiest possible thing, and that would give us enough space to be comfortable. And so, the Class C definitely gives you the comfortability of like driving a pickup truck or something like that instead of driving something completely different. And the space was helpful for us too.
Yeah, and we didn't have to buy like an extra truck if we wanted like a toy hauler or like
or wheel or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all are based out of Washington?
Well,
for
the
most
DMV
part,
area.
yeah.
So we're right now we're in Maryland.
Yeah.
But like that whole district
Yeah.
area. That's where we are.
Yeah, I got you. So you're full timers, right?
Well, we're sort of. We
Uh-oh.
kind of
Transitioning.
Yeah, we kind of transitioned,
Okay.
Yeah.
and a lot of it is because of this year.
Yeah.
So like earlier this year, in January, we were in Florida, and we were to be honest, we were just having a real rough time.
Yeah.
Down in Florida, financially and things like that, and so we kind of just prayed about it and was like, all right, we kind of need to go home. We need to go home and kind of reset a little bit and reposition ourselves so that we can get back on the road. So we're trying to stop for a little bit, make some more money, and get more comfortable so that we can go back on the road. We also miss friends and family. Yeah. And then, of course, everybody knows what happened this year. That kind of took a whole turn on all the plans. So it's been an interesting year so far.
I love
threw everybody for a loop. Everybody is all of our plans. Everyone. It doesn't matter what it was. Just a simple vacation, it just blew everybody's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the statement I heard you say. You prayed about it. That just rocks my world. I love hearing people say that.
Oh yeah.
Me and my wife, we've dedicated our life to doing mission work and traveling. We're mission pastors, and we have prayed about a bunch of different things. And I told Tammy I'm not going to go into all of it, but in the end, it's all His plan. It's how we choose to go through the plan.
Yeah.
And making sure we make the right move. That is a little stressful.
Yeah.
Those saying pray or worry, but don't do both.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's got a whole new meaning right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you guys were one of many millions of people in the same boat, I guess. And but yeah, that I really did like when you said that. But so you were in Florida when all this went down, and so y'all went back north and come home, and that happens to a lot of people. Stop, regroup. I was watching the channel one time. They said they went full time, and basically they went full time vacationers, and they found out that wasn't going to work. When you go full time, that's your livelihood. You got to work so many hours a day, or you got to have a check coming. You got to do a budget still. Everything is still the day-to-day routine. You're just doing it from an RV.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can't buy a coffee mug or a T-shirt or a magnet at every new location.
Yeah.
For one, you can't haul all that.
Right. Yeah.
Financially sustain it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it was interesting because I felt like in the beginning when we changed at first we were like, we're going to go full time. And so we had all these hopes and these aspirations. And so when they didn't pan out that the way that we thought they would, we were like, well, if we change from being full timers to maybe part timers or weekend warriors or whatever, is this failing? Like, is this failing? And so when we were in Florida, especially because when people start following you, they have these expectations, right? Like, so people are on the channel, but we don't want to live for the people on the channel. We love them, but at the same time, I'm not going to go broke trying to please an audience. Like
the people you don't really know.
Exactly. Yeah. So we did pray because in January it was just so much. Like we really felt like God was telling us to get out of Florida. Yeah. To get out of Florida. And then when we finally got out of Florida, that's when everything started shutting down. Yeah. So had we not listened, you know what I'm saying, we would have been.
We might still be in Florida.
Yeah.
I think some of the biggest YouTube channels pulls the curtains open and lets the viewers see, Eamon and Beck got broke into in their camper, and Beck just had a meltdown. I don't know if y'all keep up with them.
Yeah, we saw that.
Beck had a meltdown, and she was so devastated. But they pulled back the curtains so that everybody could experience it.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, everybody was in tears, you know, watching them go through that because it was an emotional. Me and my wife been broke into in our home before, and I know I could relate a little bit, you know, how that feels. But I think that goes back to even what you guys are going through. I think letting your viewers see, oh wait, this is not going like we thought it would go. What do we do? You know, we drunk an extra cup of coffee this morning trying to figure out what to do. You know, my nerves are on edge, and you know, hey, you need to go sleep outside. You know, that kind of stuff. I believe that people are coming to YouTube for real TV. We got enough fake TV.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's real.
Yeah, I was watching Van Wives. Do y'all watch them? They're pretty cool. And I was telling them this morning, I was commenting on one of their videos. They broke down like way out in the middle of nowhere, and somebody come by and helped them and got them back going. And I said and they were bragging on how nice people are, you know, just nearly like everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And my comment was, I said, it's amazing how many kind people you can find when you get outside away from the TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that an experience y'all had the same?
Oh, for sure. When we were in Kansas, Missouri,
a couple of times.
We broke down a few times. and we literally were on this like middle of nowhere road. The tires had burst, and there was no way to figure out. It was really hot too.
I think it was
Oklahoma, yes. Yeah. So there was no way to figure out like, okay, where's the nearest shop? Like is this like a town that everything closes at 5? We don't know. We had this gentleman roll up to us to help us, to tell us to go ahead of us, to let somebody know that we were on our way, so that they can change our tire for us. We still don't know his name. Like, he could have been an angel for all we know. We don't know, but like he just literally stopped, took time out of his own day to see like, oh, what's going on with you guys, and helped us without anything in return. Just disappeared.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, we broke down. The truck we got, we hadn't had it very long. It had like 40,000 miles on it. And we get to the Smokies camping. The first trip in our rig that we got now, this was back in the fall. And get up the next morning and it won't crank. The battery's shot. And you got to change both. But anyway, it was just a matter of seconds. I had 3 trucks sitting there, neighbors wanting to jump me off and help us get going and checking the batteries. And
that's beautiful.
It is.
It was crazy. So you guys are exploding. Y'all have nearly 9,000 subscribers.
Oh, well, praise God.
I think the last time I looked, it was like 8,700 or something like that. 80. I take that back. About 8,300. I was thinking. Yeah. So y'all are doing something right there. So
guess so.
It's shocking to us.
Yeah.
We really don't.
Yeah.
Understand, but I mean, we're grateful for it.
Yeah, all we do is like share, but I think that goes back to what you were saying, like people just want to see something real. All we do is go back and share like our mistakes, our mishaps, the good times and the bad, and we also give voice to other people, so again to like Black owned RV parks, and like we've been interviewing people who are on the road and their experiences because they're different from ours. So I again, God is good, because there's nothing fancy about our videos. There's nothing like,
because I mean, ultimately we want to be encouraging and inspire other people to not only pursue like RVing or nomadic life or traveling, but to chase after their dreams or whatever like passions God has put inside of them. Because you know, we're so stifled a lot of times by our culture, and what we see is like, oh well, you can't do anything else. But like, no, if you have this dream, you should go after it. You know, you should pursue it. So we should help people do that.
As a society, we've limited too many people too long.
Yes.
I'm talking as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always put people in Tupperware bowls. You know, this is for this, this is for this, this is for this. And, you know, I think the internet and YouTube has allowed us all to interact and say, this, we are not what the media says we are. You know, I think it's awesome. I've run in YouTube. To me, when I started, it wasn't like what it really is.
Hmm.
YouTube, to me, when I started, was me against the world.
Yeah.
Did y'all see it that way when you started?
The channel.
Yeah, when you started the channel.
At first when we started out, I don't think we even went into the mind of, I guess, us against anybody. We're just kind of like, oh, let's just do this for fun, and if it happens, you know, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
I do think it's been an interesting journey though, because I feel like even when we're sharing the stuff, as our channel was growing, like so did, I guess, more eyeballs and more opinions of what we were doing. And so we were dealing with a lot of people, you call them trolls or whatever, but a lot of people, I guess, being mean. I don't know. Like there's really no other way to say it.
Yeah.
So you'll get the opinions of people, and it's hard. Like, ideally, you wouldn't want to take in what they're saying. It's like, oh, whatever. They're just people on the internet never met before. But it hurts. It hurts your feelings. It hurts your pride.
Yeah.
You got to get thick skin real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys with over 8,000 subscribers, I'm sure y'all have learned that pretty quick.
Oh yes. You learn what not to respond to, what to just delete. Like, you know, because that's what they want. They want, a lot of people just, of course, they're coming from a broken place in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, you want someone to like engage with you, and unfortunately, I'm not going to give you what you're looking for, because you need to go therapy, or you know what I'm saying, you need to get that from somewhere else. So that's not really my place or my job. So.
Gary V. I just put the quote up there. Gary V. said, "Anybody who puts out bad is really hurting on the inside."
Agreed.
That's a really good quote.
That is a good quote.
Yeah.
And it helps you have empathy for them. Like, so when they do respond with something evil or, mean or hurtful, my first response is not to tear them down, and because that's not going to do anything. Right. My response is, I should respond to you in love and still be like, these are my boundaries. You have crossed this boundary. And so this is why we're doing this, so.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is, like, y'all are based back at home now. And so what does the future look like in the next few months for you guys? Uh-oh, somebody's excited. I can see the giddy in her. She's ready to go.
I guess you can go first.
So right now I'm back in school. The beautiful thing is school is online right now, so that I can literally be in school from anywhere. So that's perfect. But we found an apartment in Baltimore, and this week, 2 weeks from now, we're going to Shenandoah Valley on another RV trip. So that's exciting. So we're still being able to, I guess, what I'm excited about is not having to, I guess, compromise like both things. So we can still, have a home base, because that's what we really want and we need as artists. We can also plan trips. So this winter, hopefully we'll be able to go to the West Coast. I've never been, so I'm really excited. So we'll see.
Go. There's nothing wrong with being weekenders. We've been weekenders a long time, and we love it. And well, with our business, the way we have our business, we have to have a base. We have to have a home and to operate. And so, but there's nothing wrong with it. I'd say the majority of the people that watch us are weekenders.
I have a couple of questions for them, Gary.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was watching the last video, and you were talking about like countertop not having really enough storage, or when you're cooking, and are you scared to use propane as far as outside equipment, because you don't have a Blackstone or a Weber?
Y'all don't have a Blackstone grill?
No.
Oh my Lord, y'all are not real RVers. Lord, I'm gonna blame that on Miles, because I'm gonna start and Miles wouldn't buy one.
I'll take it.
That's funny. But
they have a home plate, I think. But no grill, right? For outdoor grilling.
No. Like I know it's not realistic to have this fear, because the fridge runs on propane, and like when we heat up the water with propane. But I think in my mind, I was talking to my aunt, and she was talking about food trucks or something, and somebody was using propane in their food truck, and it like exploded. And so since that, I feel like I've been like fearful. but we could probably try.
Yeah.
Really.
We have all the stuff
So,
to get the
when you
grill.
do it outside, it's a lot more safer as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think she's thinking of storing it too when they're traveling, so she's got that fear, you know.
So
of
you
what was-
store your tank on the back of your RV and put your Blackstone in the RV.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That way you can. That's what Nettie was going to say, right, Nettie?
Right.
Thank you
Sounds
for
good.
that.
Yeah.
That does sound good,
Yeah.
actually.
So what a Blackstone is a one-piece kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
You can cook your whole meal at one time on one grill and throw away all those pots and pans.
That'd be amazing
That
because
I have a bunch of Blackstone videos you'll have to go watch.
Oh, yes,
definitely,
for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, write that down.
Mostly they involve hot dogs and curly dogs, but I do have others.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
Blackstone.
yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. No,
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, you got to
That's
get one.
a 17 inch. You can get a 22 inch that has two eyes.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That way you can cook on one side and keep warm on the other. So,
That's
Oh,
perfect.
nice. Okay, yeah. That sounds
So-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the next time we have you on, I'm anticipating you having a Blackstone.
I'll have to get
He's
it.
gonna ask, "Where's the Blackstone video you made?"
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that needs to be a prerequisite to being on the show.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. You got to check that out. Yeah.
So what if Stevie Nicks doesn't have a Blackstone grill?
Stevie Nicks gets a buy on anything.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh
I
man.
mean, Stevie Nicks should say, "Hey, I'll come on as long as Felix and Nettie is not on." Y'all would be history.
Yeah,
Y'all would
we
be
would
so
probably, like,
gone. I
we'll
mean,
kick
it'd
her out of
be
the chat.
Stevie.
No, I'm kidding.
So I can't help it. I've had a crush on the top hat ever since I was a kid.
She's amazing.
So what did like when y'all originally went full time?
Mhm.
So I'm sure you fought off a lot of solid opinions from your family. I see that nod. I've seen that nod before. So how hard was that to fight off in
Yeah.
a nice way?
Yeah. I think because the thing is, I understand where it's coming from, like
Yeah.
the criticisms and the
Yeah.
thoughts is like, well, we want you to be safe,
Yeah.
or this sounds
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
How are you going to get work? What happens if
Yeah.
you fail? Or
Yeah.
da-da-da. And especially just being honest, like Black folk in general
Yeah.
is like, we
Yeah.
want you to be safe out in the middle of nowhere. Like, how
Yeah.
can we get to you? How can we
Yeah.
find you if something happens?
Yeah.
And I understand that. I understand
Yeah.
the fears. I understand the worries because really you just love me. Like
Yeah.
that's and you want to keep me
Yeah.
safe.
Mhm.
But I also understand that while I can respect you and understand your love for me, I still have to do
Yeah.
what's best for us, and we really didn't want to get caught up in this life 50 years down the line, Lord willing, right?
Yeah.
That we're looking back on our lives and like
We're regretting
with it
yeah.
because we're so worried about other people's opinions.
Yeah.
And even still here, like failing, right? Full-time RVing. I'm
Yeah.
still really glad that we did it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm
most definitely.
all the mishaps and everything
Most definitely.
included.
Yeah. Because there's so much that we've been able to experience that I'm sure we wouldn't have
Yeah.
if we were, stuck by fear or the opinions of other people. So I
Yeah.
think part of what we did is, we told our parents, of course, like we told our immediate family. But I think after that, we kind of started choosing who we were
Yeah.
going to tell because we knew like the criticism was going to be
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have to be careful
Yeah.
who you tell your stuff to
Yeah.
because if they have such a heavy influence in your life,
Yeah.
they can end up, taking you somewhere you're not supposed to go
Exactly.
or being somewhere too long
Yeah.
because you're too worried about, what they think, how they
Yeah.
feel,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So we definitely did Taylor like, okay, well,
Yeah.
we're just going to have a going away party and you're
Yeah.
invited.
Yeah, sayonara.
yeah.
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 So that's awesome that you still want to move forward with it, even though you're idle right now because of everything that's taken place,
Yeah.
that you still want to continue it and you enjoy it because you've been doing it how long? A little over a year or so as
Yeah.
far as traveling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool.
So probably the way you're doing it now enables you to do better ventures like have better trips
Yes.
because it's more financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you enjoy them more because sounds like in Florida, money got to be a problem. If money is a problem, boy, money's a bummer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, not having it will bring down a mood real quick.
Very quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
While we were in Fort Myers, that's where we were staying.
Yeah.
And we did what is it, Boondockers Welcome.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
stayed with this couple. She allowed us to stay with them for like a week. It was great.
Yeah.
But after that, after Christmas had passed, because we were down there to see my grandmother.
Yeah.
And so after Christmas passed, we were just in Fort Myers. And we actually stayed at and I don't recommend this, but we stayed at a rest stop for like 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks.
Like literally just came back to the same rest stop and slept overnight.
Yeah.
And we really realized a lot of people were doing that too in the area because either they were living out of their cars or, their vans or whatever. So they would come there to spend the night. And so again, I don't recommend that because apparently that in real life it's illegal.
Yeah.
But we appreciated somewhere to stay.
Oh yeah.
But what we did, even though we didn't have money, because we're from the DMV area, we don't really have a beach, right? We don't really have like all these amazing things that were there. So we were broken, we were stressed trying to figure out what to do. Yeah. But we still took time to really enjoy where we were. Like what was amazing was just walking on the beach, and taking taking advantage of the things that we take for granted, you know. And so finding joy in those small things, I think, really helped us. But yes, money was an issue.
And stuff that you could do without money.
Yes.
Like walking on the beach, hiking, checking out the area.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So, you're a writer. So, what do you like to write?
Okay, I like to. I look at Miles because he's a writer too, low key. But
okay, y'all both write.
Yeah,
she writes more frequently than I do.
Sure.
Like, I write occasionally, but you're more deliberate in your writings. Like I'm going to sit down and write. I
write poetry and prose. I write a little fiction. I just finished a historical fiction last year.
Mm-hmm.
I write music. And I write love letters to people. So like not like individuals, but just people who need encouragement and things like that. So
I might have done that a time or two.
Yay.
So I like writing. I don't save my writing. Do you save your writing?
Yeah, I do. It's a problem.
I have not. And I probably wrote thousands and thousands of things. And I told them the other day I didn't think I had any of them, and I found 30 in the cloud on my phone the other day that I had saved in a notepad. I guess I was editing them, and I guess you're like me. I'll start writing something today, and it'll just be a sentence, and I'll come back next year and maybe add something to it, and go on. So I want to write a book.
Well, they can sell stuff for about half price.
Whoops. Jerry Holly was. He forgot to mute his mic.
No.
I'll bring you back, Jerry Holly. He muted himself that time. That's Jerry Holly. He's my unofficial co-host.
Oh yeah.
He's a fire chief up around Kansas City.
Okay, wow.
Nice.
That's really cool.
So he is. We've actually got to meet up. He came down to North Alabama, and we all camped together, and that was pretty cool.
That's so
Had a good time together. So that's been something I've found that's been fun, is meeting up with people I met on YouTube. Have y'all got to do any of that yet?
Yeah. We were in Florida, actually.
Yeah, Miami.
We met up with Lisa Untethered.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't.
I
really
don't
have
think she has a YouTube page, but people have like interviewed her a lot. She's a Black woman. She's a solo RVer, and she's actually from the DMV area. So we met with her here. We met with her here last winter, and we met with her in Miami. And she just camped with us. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you're like, hey, can I interview you?
Now, when you were talking about writing and love letters, what went to my mind was like cards, like the Hallmark cards and stuff like that. Have you tried doing any of that, especially, with them being, letters that you're doing to bring people up? That sounds like something would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that actually, I mean, in my mind, you just like confirm some things for me, but
yeah,
because I thought about it, even if because trying to get, I guess, into Hallmark and like those big name things, like it's kind of competitive. But I've really been chewing on the idea of like just making, I guess, little cards or like even affirmational cards that people can like mail to other people and like get that like like postcards. But I was like, is that a silly idea? I don't know. Like, like you
that's a typical writer response.
Yeah.
That's why I don't save my writings. I don't think they're worthy to be saved.
No. And it's horrible because what we think is trash, is garbage. Somebody reads
yourself.
Yeah.
It's like I needed this. Like somebody needs what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And even though it's writing for yourself first, I really feel like sharing it is like our responsibility as artists, as creators. No matter how
so hard to do.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Definitely.
It is.
I send my wife stuff. And I have wrote stuff for some friends that I felt led to write stuff for. But very, very few. I mean, probably less than 5 people in my life. And but mainly to my wife, and then anything else I've wrote, I've just deleted on my phone, or I send it to whoever. I email it to my wife or text it, and then past that it goes nowhere. And so I just I don't know. I found in interviewing different people that write that is very common. That writers don't like to share.
Yeah. He does write a lot to Felix and Melody though during the day.
That's what I was going to say.
Hey, I got Nadine, y'all guys take over my implant batteries dying.
Okay.
I can't hear if it dies completely. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be awesome if you pursue that as far as the cards, because you're definitely, it seems like the messages are very inspirational and uplifting, and definitely try to pursue that.
Yeah. Thank you.
I agree.
I have a question about the art that you have on your website, the prints and things. Now, are you painting those, or is that something digital you're putting together, or what are the prints and stuff that you have for sale on your web page?
So that's actually photos. I gotta look at myself. Yeah, but those are I think those are photos from our travels. And what I've been trying to do is I guess, the photos that we have, like people can, if they can't go themselves, they can see it. They can see like the things that we're seeing. And of course, it's hard to capture that on film anyway. Like I would say go, it's majestic. But for those who can't, like that's what the prints are for.
You also have like on your personal.
My personal website. Yeah.
You do have some like digital art.
Yeah.
Mainly it's digital. I guess pictures
vector art.
Yeah, like the pictures, like with the lady looking up, or because I couldn't tell if those were painted or if those were digital.
Oh, yeah, those are digital.
I remember having those.
Right. That's funny. That's horrible. But yeah. Bro.
Now, what's behind you? Is that something you created?
On
the wall?
These are actually my mother's puzzles.
Yeah.
So,
how cool.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. She framed them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, good grief, how long does it take Gary to change his implants? Oh, there he is. I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I heard you. I could also hear you while I was in yonder too.
Oh, okay.
So
good thing I didn't say anything.
I have a hearing aid in this side and an implant on this side. I was born with one ear, and the doctors made me this much, but I can't hear out of it. So I only hear through my skull on this side.
Okay.
And so
Oh, yeah.
The one on this side died last night and never has recharged, and so then this one was dying. So that makes me deaf.
Okay.
So have you or either of you ever put your writings into a book, or did I miss that?
Yes. So, well, I mean, you've done it too. So
Yeah.
we both like have created poetry books. But Fox actually has, I guess, what we call it. It's a fiction book, but you haven't published it.
I haven't published it yet.
Yeah.
No,
It's finished, it just hasn't been published.
Yeah, I gotta edit it.
But yeah, we both have written like poetry chap books or like short poetry books that made available and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's on Amazon and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you know.
So your process of doing that, because I think I'm going to do one.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I say I am, and then I actually told them I was, and then this week I got cold feet, and then so I don't know that I am. But what I'm saying is, if I did write one, so do you, like if you go through Amazon, I've heard a bunch of different stories. So if you go through Amazon, do you sing your book, have it copyrighted first, then come back to Amazon? Is that what you guys did?
Yeah. You copyright it first and then you put it on Amazon, because I mean technically once you put it out there, it is copywritten.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to copyright it, but like through the government, I mean,
just in case.
But just in case, you know, if somebody wants to take your stuff, it's easier to prove that it's yours in court. But you can also be like, well, no, I posted it on this date, and this is before you posted it, so it's the same.
Yeah. So I'm having to learn all that. And another thing, English is not my profession. And I have to get my daughter to rewrite everything.
Okay.
And I have to put it onto a platform that I can upload it and all that. I'm still learning. YouTube is new to me. If I didn't have all the Yahoos surrounding me, our show wouldn't be what it is.
I've never read a book that has like Yahoos yonder, going over yonder, going to carry you down to Walmart.
So one of these days, I'm going to get the nerve to continue. I am writing stuff and actually saving it.
Good.
But I'm not, you know, I've got some new stuff that I've wrote lately. And do you find yourself, and I know everybody's here is RV related and I get off on writing, but do you find yourself or either one of you guys waking up at 3 a.m. and you've got this perfect thing you need to get up and write down and you're like, it ain't worth it. And you don't write it down, the next day you forgot every bit of it.
Oh, yeah.
Forget it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do y'all get up at 3 a.m. and go write it down, or no? Y'all like me, you're too lazy.
I would say both. I write down, like I have to have my phone. So I have like this app on my phone called Keep. And so in there, I just like type little notes to myself, like, oh, this is the general idea. And then I go back to what I'm doing. Yeah. But even with songs, like I'll be sleeping and then I'll hear a song in my sleep and I'll get up and I'll take my phone. I'll be like, all right, I'll be right back. And I go to the bathroom and like record it in my phone. And then, you know,
I have woke up with the first line in my head and think, what was the rest of that?
Yeah.
That's bummers. And
that is.
So that's pretty cool. I love the fact that I've got to interview some people that actually write and share some of my experience. So I thought I was alone in the fact that did not want to share. So
no. It's hard to share.
And she sings.
She sings.
She is an amazing singer. Her voice is so beautiful.
Aww.
Miles is over here like, yeah, she can sing.
Yeah. So I gotta share this with you because I was looking through your channel that has all your music on it, and I started playing one for my husband, and I'm like, here, you got to listen to this. And he's like, who is that? Which he didn't know who I was listening to. And he's like, that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. I know. That sounds like Lauryn Hill. Well, it was your cover. of her.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's not, but it does sound like her. And then I showed him, who I was listening to, and he was like, well, who's that? Well, I didn't explain, but but yeah. And I'm like, she's going to be on Gary's show. And he's like, really? He's like, man, good. I was like, I know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He really likes Lauryn Hill. I won't say I'm a fan, but she does have a really good voice. I just tend to not always like the song specifically, but her voice is amazing, and you just sound so much like her. It's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, I guess my phone just locked up. I can't imagine that. So I can't bring up YouTube. So I guess the ultimate question for Miles is, can she cook?
Yes, she can.
I'm just thinking, what can she not do? She better be able to cook. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she
Wow,
can.
Miles.
I'm grateful that she can.
Miles, you are one lucky guy.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
You really got to hold on to her.
So I
Kind
can
of like
see
the
Miles
total
being a
package.
future agent.
Say it again.
Her agent, Miles.
An agent, yeah, her agent.
Her agent.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, sort of. I don't know.
He knows everything anyway. Like,
Yeah.
I always call up them. I need you to do this for me. Please,
Yeah.
can you do this for me?
So I
And
just
of
try to
course,
play
you
that.
want to hear her sing something in the chat.
Well, sorry. I brought it up and I had to say it. I don't have that. I don't have her channel pulled up that has her music on it, but she has a YouTube channel just with her singing on it.
So I will go over here and see if I can find one. Do you have any music on your Fox and Miles?
Oh yeah.
We do.
The most recent one is, I think, my cover of Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Maybe.
I think so. Let me do it.
So is that on that video? I mean, is that on the channel, the Fox and Miles channel?
Yes.
So how far back would that be? Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here.
Oh, he might have found something.
Let me see here. I can dig up something. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Let me see what I can.
It was, I think it was like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So how many videos was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 5th video.
Yeah.
Or 6.
Yeah. It's 1 minute and 42 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I have found it. So let me go back over here and share the screen. Share. Audio. I'm going to give y'all a little taste. Is this song copyrighted, by the way? If it is, you may have to give me permission later.
Okay.
The faithful man who shares your beliefs.
We got to get through the advertisement, of course.
Yeah.
That'd be
Somebody
about 10 minutes.
monetized over there. Now, the only thing I see wrong with this, voice only.
Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. No matter how far, no matter how far. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no road to keep me from getting to you, babe. Ain't no mountain high, enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low.
That is beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Mountain high, ain't no valley low.
Wow, that's incredible.
I did have a question because I noticed on a couple of your songs, not just like this one, but there was another one, I can't remember which one I listened to, that has like that, like the background singers. Is that actually you?
Yeah, that is.
I
Oh,
thought
wow.
it sounded like the same voice, but in kind of different, I don't know what to call that, pitches or something. I don't know, but I just wondered because I thought it kind of sounded like you, and I was like, that's pretty freaking cool.
So now my question is, why don't you have a record deal?
That would be amazing, but
So Miles, I just want to know something. I think this is the most important question. I married way up. I know I married way up. Privileged, blessed. I married way up. So exactly what did you do to, did you go to find some treasure and there she was, or did you rub a lamp, or So I love you, brother, but you got a treasure right here.
Oh yeah, I'm very yeah. Like I told her even when we were dating and like engaged and stuff like that, I would tell her all the time, like you're out of my league, like you're way out of my league. That's it. I still feel that way today, and but I don't know. I don't know, because literally we grew up 45 minutes from each other, for the most part, and so I didn't meet her until college, and I praise God.
Well, I didn't say that, and I got to think about how I said that. I thought, well,
I know, Gary.
But what I'm saying is, usually people, not just women, men, if it's men that's that talented, or women, usually they are hard, they're extremely picky, and they stay single a long time because their life is their art. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that. I know I'm not worthy for my wife. I'll tell you that right up front. I got a winner when I got her. I don't know if she had walked by some terrible hazmat scene and got a brain something when I come by. I don't know. But anyway, it is rare that somebody is that talented and to be married that young. Usually they go out on their own and they live life, and because their life is their art. Do y'all see stuff like that? Am I the only one that sees that?
No, definitely.
I think especially it's interesting because you say that, and I get it, because I feel like for a lot of women, unfortunately, like the industry is very sexist. It is. They're very sexist. They're ageist, especially when it comes to women. And so women feel like they have to forsake starting a family, getting married, in order to have a chance.
Yeah.
And so because I'm trying to, it's also hard in my own thinking, like, oh, am I going to be desirable by labels if I have kids, if I get married, because usually when they put women on the forefront, they're trying to sell sex. That's just what they're trying to do. So as a Christian, I'm like, okay, am I going to trust the industry or am I going to trust God? Right. Because if my first duty is to my home, my house, my spouse, then I have to believe that even if I never get signed, right, like I'm fulfilling what God wants me to do.
Absolutely.
And so, to me, it's like the label would be amazing. That'd be great. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's really taken some relearning, to be honest, because at first that's not what I was thinking. But I really feel like what God has for me is better than anything, that the world can offer, if that makes sense.
Well, you're amazing. When I was growing up, my parents divorced when I was 12. I didn't want kids. I wanted to travel the globe. I felt like I was cheated from being able to do that because of what my parents did. I love them both, don't get me wrong. But I didn't want kids. I wanted to travel the globe. And it wasn't until I gave God my path, my map, and said, look, I'm tired of trying to navigate this. You're going to have to show me which way you're going to go. Now, not only do me and Tammy have 2 amazing kids, but I get to travel the globe doing mission work, doing stuff for kids in other parts of the world, in Uganda and Guatemala and places like that. And so I believe the path that you're taking is going to be the most blessed path. I have seen so many talented people, and you have too, men, women, whatever, that have give their life to their career, not their art, or to the one that gave them their art or their calling, and they die young age of misery. And it's so sad.
It is.
I think that's because they chose the wrong road.
Or they believe that lie that the world tells you is like, you are what you make, you are what you create, you are how much money you have in the bank. Like, and people spend their whole lives chasing this, that it doesn't satisfy. Like it doesn't satisfy, because you have to know, like, and I feel like this is so like on time, because I'm in a state of trying to remind myself of who God says I am, right? Like, so if God says I'm worthy if I'm broke. I'm worthy if I don't have a job. I'm worthy if I'm not, famous or whatever. Like, I'm important because I exist, because he took time to make me, because he took time to actually do something. So knowing where your worth comes from, I feel like it's so important. And that's why people give their lives for the world. And what is it? Like, for what? It's unfortunate, but
I grew up wild, to say the least. My great grandparents died when I was young. They were raising me on a great path, and I look back at that now and think, and I'm trying not to cry, and I think about what my grandparents would think now versus where I was as a teenager. And there's something to be said about our roots, and knowing that when we're born, our path is directed. It's just sometimes we choose not to take it. And
it's true.
So, but I think that man, you're one blessed young lady, and so and Miles is too, and so I know
Miles isn't a young lady, but
but I know that I wouldn't be where I was had my wife had we not met. Because I was going through a rough patch in my life. I married the baby of 12, preacher's daughter, and granted, we weren't on the right path all the time in our life, but because of her roots and my young roots, we were able to put that together before it was too late, and that me marrying her enabled me to see my potential, and I think that we were talking yesterday about last night on the show about our influence as YouTube influencers, about we don't realize how much product we sell. And we were talking about Blackstone Grills and about how a channel influenced me to buy one, and then I've sold 10. And that's the way marriage is, and the direction you take your blessings. I think it's amazing. So, Miles, what is in the future for you?
For me, it's really pursuing what I mentioned earlier, voice acting full time. And I mean, I'm grateful for it, and I'm still doing some trainings and things like that. But I've had a few opportunities to help do a lot of like behind the scenes kind of stuff. So like I've done voiceovers for like corporate trainings for like Lockheed Martin. I did one time. I've done some stuff for Levi's jeans, but again, it's not stuff that you're gonna see like on a commercial or whatever. But I'm grateful that I have that opportunity.
It paid, right?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So do you ever hope to be able to do something like maybe a cartoon movie, or I mean, is that something you're kind of towards wanting to do? Or
yeah, that's definitely kind of like my dream job, to be able to do voiceovers for like cartoons and stuff like that. But a lot of people have told me that I would be good at also doing like documentaries and things.
Yeah, I
like
was
that.
thinking that.
Yeah. So
you got that voice.
Thanks. Thank you. So I'm open to it. But I know all I have to do is continue to trust God and just do the work that I need to do. So I just show up every day and try to do what he tells me to do.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Cool. That's actually a really cool career, I think. I personally think that doing a voice acting, especially when it comes to like cartoons and stuff, I think that would be so hard to do. Rather than just actually being the actor in the film, you've got to make all these emotions come out for this little cartoon. I just think that would be so difficult to do.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you've had a little bit of success with that. You're getting to do a little work. That is rewarding, ain't it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And you know, I'm super excited because even though with everything that's been going on with the pandemic and all that stuff, this has also been surprisingly a great opportunity for voice acting because a lot of people can't go anywhere, but if you have the equipment, you can just record it at home. So there are a lot of people, whether it's audiobooks or trainings or even cartoons and stuff like that, they'll just send you a message. It's like, hey, can you do this real quick? So I'm taking it as a blessing, even in the chaos. So, you know,
I'm thinking of a retro
audiobook voice. I think a good audiobook voice. Yeah, I could hear that. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm thinking a retro TV show with a disco DJ. I'm thinking
cool.
That's Miles. So y'all can write the show. Just send me my cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get all those zeros that you pay us.
Yeah.
Yeah. These ladies make a lot of zeros on their checks. A lot of humor. They're waiting on the day I get to put a digit in front of one of them. Tied to zero.
We are the highest non-paid YouTube producers out there.
I gave them a 5% across the board raise last week. They wanted 6. I couldn't stretch it. Do you know that 5% of all the zeros I pay them is another zero? That's a lot.
Yep.
So, what do you guys? I mean, as you're exploding on YouTube now with nearly 8,300 subscribers, that's a lot. Y'all will be passing out plaques before long because you'll be getting to 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And how did that? I mean, like, is that sort of like writing? You're like, are they watching me, or is there something going on behind the scenes I don't know about? Do you have? That's what I do every day when I come in and there's one person in the chat. I'm like, who are they here to see?
Yeah.
I mean, but really, that's how I feel because I'm just a redneck from North Alabama that talks funny and can't hear.
No.
I mean, but really,
Yeah.
At nearly 8,300 subscribers, when you get to that 10,000, I mean, that's mind blowing. I mean, I'm thinking I don't even know if I could stand up if I had 8,300 subscribers. My head would be so big, I'd be falling over.
Yeah, I mean, I think it being so surprising kind of helps us to stay humble because we realize that like it can't be anything that we're doing. Like there's no way because we don't. I mean, outside of we try to share as regularly as we can. We don't know. It just happens. Like I think we were on the road. I think somewhere we hadn't posted anything for a long time, relatively speaking. And then we checked back on YouTube and we had like our first 1,000. We're like, how did this happen?
Right.
Where did it come from? And then, you know, honestly, I think really by God's grace that it just keeps going up because again, we really don't know. We appreciate it and we're thankful for it.
Yeah. And like you try to imagine like what does 8,000 people look like?
Yeah.
You know, like and like, in what room, what room like this? It's crazy because you can't really imagine it. And I think that the problem arises, I think, when people are like, okay, well, you know, I got this. Now the next goal is I got to get this and this and this. Yeah. And I think sometimes it makes you miss the joy in the moment. Yeah. Like you know, be present for your wins. For when we had 100 people, I was like,
oh yeah, that first 100 is like, yes. It really is. That may be, seriously, that might be one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting goal. Because that first 100 is hard to get. And when you hit that, it is so exciting.
Yeah.
You know, I think, totally agree with that. That was a good one.
So you're definitely on the right path.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that y'all are very long until y'all will be at the 10,000.
Oh, wow. That'd be cool. Thank you.
Y'all have a great interaction between each other. And it looks, you know, from here, it looks real.
Yeah. Literally.
If it ain't real, you got me fake.
No. We try to keep it as real as possible, even the frustrations, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know who else to be but myself. I don't know how to be anybody else.
Yeah.
So
well, and if you are, you don't have to worry about tomorrow who you was today.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, I'm not perfect. I say stuff on here that I apologize for sometimes because I don't think sometime before I say it. Not nothing terrible, but things that might hurt people's feelings just because it might be taken out of what I meant.
Right.
And like texting and chatting can come across the wrong way, you know.
It definitely can. It's
I
hard.
try to be as real as I can.
Well, yeah, and it's so bad he made me cry once, so not really.
That's before she ever started getting a check. Before she was a team member. I felt so bad I put her to work.
Yeah. He's too scared of her. That's why she's up here now.
I feared for my life. She magnet fishes in some weird lakes. She knows where all the Great Lakes to hide a body. So how does your church friends and stuff feel about your channel? Mine don't watch, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how regularly they watch. I think every once in a while they might check out a few videos and things like that. And there are a couple of people who have subscribed to us, and like we also have a Patreon channel, and a couple of them have helped out with that. I mean, they're supportive.
Yeah.
They're supportive, and sometimes we'll give them updates and stuff like that, and they'll like, praise God, to the best of their ability and stuff like that. But
the pastor asked Fox to sing, and she's like, "You'll have to book that with my agent." I mean, I don't do anything less than 8,000. Yeah. Has she got the big head, Miles?
No, not at all. Not at all. If whatever is the opposite of the big head, that's what she has. This is not at all.
I'm working on it. I'm working on trying to be confident.
It's time to get the big head.
No.
I don't think that's what she did.
So, Felix, I've got a great idea. We can fire Jerry Holly and hire the Adventures of Fox and Miles.
Oh no!
You know what, Gary? I don't think you have enough funds to hire the Adventures.
Y'all are a hoot. I love having y'all on the show.
I heard fun.
We have do what?
Gary wants to hire Gary and hire the Adventures of Fox and Miles, which would be great, but Gary doesn't have the funds to do that. Not that it would be great to fire Jerry.
No.
He might not be listening. So.
Well, honestly, I would take Fox over Stevie Nicks anytime. Just saying.
You know
what? I got Jerry right now. He can talk and defend himself. Somehow I had him muted. I don't know who done that. Felix done that, Jerry. Jerry must still be busy.
Yeah.
What is it, Jerry?
Yeah.
Life.
His work getting in the way
At a
of
fire
YouTube.
station.
Yeah.
Do what, Jerry?
Just life at a fire
Oh,
station.
Lord. Oh, me. Well, you guys are awesome. I'm trying to think of some more questions, but I feel like I've known you all my life now. And I hadn't asked that many questions. I don't know. When you meet somebody, you're like, man, we could all go camping together.
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Where is one place that you really would like to go that you haven't been yet?
Ooh.
To RV.
There's so many.
You can go first.
I want to go
DeSoto
to
State Park, North Alabama. There's a Rockstar YouTube channel down there they want to go meet.
that absolutely. I also want to go to the Pacific Northwest. I'm just like fascinated by it. And I would just want to experience it myself. I really like fall. So this is like, the weather's changing. I love it. And I've heard that it's like perpetual fall there. So to me, I would love to go there. Upstate, I would like to go to Vermont while the leaves change. And what is it? Is it San Diego? Mm-hmm. San Diego. I mean, I know you can't really RV there, but I want to go to San Diego.
Yeah. I think the two things that I'd really like to go are places that was Redwood Forest and Grand Canyon. I've never been to either one.
Been to both of those. They're great. The redwoods are amazing. They're you see pictures, but until you're right there, it's just it's because it's like wow. Yeah. The Grand Canyon was really beautiful, but I mean it definitely lives up to its reputation of beauty. But it's still you're kind of standing there thinking, yeah, I've seen this picture. You know, but there was just something about those trees. It was just, I don't know. It's amazing that they're so big. So that I think that was really cool. And I'm really, I mean, of course, I feel bad for all the people and their homes and things that are being lost. But I'm really hoping these fires don't take everything out because there was so much beautiful nature there, and it just would be such a shame for all that to be destroyed.
We're getting requests right now that's what we was talking about. We're getting requests right now to send an engine and 4 guys out that way.
Oh wow.
Really?
Wow.
So I know that Miles wants to do some voice work for a movie. So if Fox had the choice of being a famous singer or a famous writer, but you had to pick one, I bet I'm going to guess. Let's everybody guess and see who gets it right.
Singing.
I think
I'm going to say singer.
Singing.
Felix is trying to read.
I said singing.
Oh, you said singing?
Yeah.
So what is it?
That's so hard because I love both of them so much. But I definitely think singing just feels good. Like there's something therapeutic about it, and I love it. And you can sing whenever. You can sing while you're driving the car. You can sing walking down the street. You don't really have to be super focused, and you can play with it. And so to me, for sure, singing.
And you can write your own songs. So you're doing both.
Exactly. Perfect.
So you're still technically writing. Yep.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I know Jerry come up with something unique. This has been, I'm just telling you what, I have cried. I have laughed. I did not know you guys. I'm being real honest up front. I didn't know your channel. A lot of times they ask people to be on that I don't know. They know that we have to have good, clean family content. And they'll just invite people, and if it's a question, usually they'll ask. But I had never watched a video or nothing, and I'm like, where have they been? I mean, how have I not watched? I know I've not been on here all my life, but 6 months I should have done found you guys.
No, thank you. This has been great.
Yeah,
honestly,
this is really fun.
I think I think we'll all be seeing a lot more of each other, and I think that, like I said, I think y'all are on your way to being one of the good ones, one of the big ones,
Mhm.
and that's as far as good, clean Christian fun. You guys got all of it, and a personality, and y'all are both easy to watch. And I don't know, I just think that one of these days, I'll be begging you to be on my show, and you'll have 100,000 subscribers. I'll have like maybe 1,200 by then. And,
well, at that time, they're going to have people, and they're going to be like, go through my people, and we'll get it booked.
Yeah. Yeah, your people talk to my people.
A small fee.
Yeah, I don't come for less than 8,000.
No way.
It'll
No,
be
it
like,
would be great.
Really, who? Daydream what? Yeah.
We would love to do that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
I can't wait till you guys explode and be more of an impact on the world, your culture, and the Christian community as well.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all guys have the right attitude. If our world had the same attitude, I think everybody on this screen, and probably most of the people in the chat, share the same opinions and the same outlook. And like I said earlier, if we all get away from the TV and quit feeling like the TV tells us we should feel, I think if we dump the media, I think our world would really love each other a lot more than we think we do.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
And that crosses so many boundaries, not just black and white people. It crosses all kind of beliefs.
Yeah.
I've said it all along. Christians, you guys agree with me is the fact that it's a choice to serve the Lord that we serve. It's a choice. And we make the choice to do it on our own. Free will. If somebody wants to, great. If they don't, that's totally up to them. That's like red cars, yellow cars, white cars. Everybody makes their own choices.
Yeah.
Just like Texas Family Camping, if you can put that up, what they're saying right now from the chat.
This one?
Yeah. It's like finding gold.
Yeah.
Praise God. That's awesome. Thank you.
So, but like I said, I'm looking forward to you guys having a big impact on the world. I think that y'all are blazing a trail, whether you know it or not. And every time you do something like this, just think how many people y'all won over today is over to your channel because of your attitude, your outlook on life, and the determination. God blessed y'all with a lot of talent, both of y'all. And
yes.
I'm going to start crying again. But
and they're real. What we see,
I'm blessed to have met
what we
you
see
guys.
there. You know, they're real.
Thank you. We appreciate that, seriously.
Yeah, a lot. We really do.
Because you oftentimes feel like, am I doing enough? Am I, are we, and when it seems like us being ourselves is enough, like that feels really good. Like that feels.
Yeah. Our life is our witness. If we
Yeah.
don't have that, we don't have anything.
Amen.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, we're going to let you guys go, and we got to wrap this show up. And,
Okay.
Get on to the real world, like leave the computers and go actually interact with people in person. Don't touch, but interact.
Yeah.
Wear the mask.
That's funny. Yeah.
I'd rather just stay on here all day.
Yeah. This is a far better world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
If
But
you
thank y'all
guys
so
ever
much.
if you guys ever get down to Alabama, I'd love to meet you guys, and I'd love to go camping.
Yeah.
So if you pull up Fort Payne, Alabama, you'd be close to where we live.
Okay. You said
And
14.
There's a really awesome campground right here, DeSoto State Park.
Okay.
So,
And,
and Fort
we-
Payne.
Yep,
Payne.
Fort
Okay.
Payne. Yep. We'd so love to camp with you guys. We would have a blast.
Yes.
And
That would
You
be
ever want to go? If you ever want to go to the mountains, just come to Kansas.
yeah, Flatlands. Yeah, Jerry come to see me. We ran over an ant bed. Jerry said that was a big mountain. Yeah. I was afraid to run over the Coke can in the road. Maybe you get sick. All right, guys. Love you guys. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you guys so much.
So nice to meet you guys.
Yes, great to hang out with y'all. Thank y'all.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Was that not awesome or what?
Oh, I
They were
loved it.
awesome. I knew they were going to be awesome.
Man, rock stars right there. Oh, man. I'm still nerdy crying. That is just amazing. Laughed and cried, and that's an awesome interview when you laughed and cried and fellowship and talked. And
Just like David said from Texas Family Camping, that was finding gold. You never know what you're going to get, and definitely that it's a good
I was trying to remember, but I think I was in watching somebody else's video, and sometimes I'll scroll down through the comments, and if a channel name just sticks out to me, and I think theirs was one of them that I did that, and I went over, and then I'm like, oh, and I started going through their stuff, and I'm like, I like these two. So, I know I found them purely by accident. I didn't know to look them up. So I think finding them was pretty awesome.
yeah.
A great song.
yeah, I actually had. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I still haven't watched the video. Well, I guess technically I listened to that one.
I got it in queue. I'm gonna go watch some tonight when I get off work. So they're an awesome couple.
Mm-hmm.
So they're at 8.28. So
We got Ryan Becky coming in at the moment.
yeah. So if y'all that just came in missed the interview, wow, I'm drained. My heart's still fluttering. I mean, that just some people you meet and you're like, that was God sent. I don't care what y'all say, but I just feel like it was.
That's what I feel about you three. That's
Thanks
for sure.
for dragging yourself in here, Aaron Jemison.
Yeah.
Missed the
We
whole
feel the same way.
Missed the whole interview. So
Jerry,
we're still
we
running.
feel the same way, Jerry.
Do what?
I told him, don't even talk to me.
Yep. Whew.
Now, if you missed it, Jerry said he feels the same way about us. And I told him I feel the same way about you guys as well.
I do, even though Felix wanted to fire you a while ago and hire the Adventures of Fox and Miles.
That's okay.
That was your idea.
He has a lot better voice than I do. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still sniffling. Oh man, that's amazing.
I
I
know,
love how
they
they
just-
interacted with each other, and
They just touch your soul, right? I
Oh,
can
yeah.
feel it
They
right there.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
we may have to have a show where we have a bunch of channels on one day, and like a check-in and see how they're doing.
Yeah.
6 months down the
That
road,
would
or
be cool.
3 months down the road, or something.
Give each channel like 15-20 minutes and have
Yep.
several channels
an
on
update.
so they could update us. That'd be kind of neat. Hey,
Yep.
that's a pretty good idea you got there, Gary.
Yep.
Wow, Gary.
Well, you know,
He gets one every now and then.
I won't say I'm the brains behind the operation. Y'all can if y'all want to, but
I think maybe then the now.
I don't think I'm gonna talk more. No.
this is a freebie. Everybody gets this one.
I can see the blonde-headed towhead there in the front.
Good.
Y'all know whose kid that is, right?
Yeah.
So, hang on. That's my oldest.
Need to get a new frame there. That was cracked.
Yeah, it is.
Drop. This is not my best coaching. Wait a minute. Let me see which team this is. Oh, yeah. This team right here, we done pretty good on this team right here.
Good morning, Trouba Duo.
Troubadour,
Troubadour.
you have to go over and check out the Adventures of Fox and Miles. We just had them on the show. Y'all have to, if you missed the show, y'all don't hear me say this much, but if you missed the show, go back and watch it.
This one for sure, yeah.
Yeah, this one, This one and last night with Traveling Robert was pretty good. But I mean, I like for y'all to watch all of them. But if you want something that'll touch your soul, go back and watch this one. I mean, awesome people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were open and honest, and nobody got their feelings hurt. You know, that's tough. But jury, man.
I'm back. Well, just because I got fired. I mean,
Jerry Holly getting fired, and he didn't get his feelings hurt.
No. I've been fired so many times from this show.
It's normal. He's used to it.
Usually we don't tell Jerry he's fired.
You just don't give me the link.
Yeah, we just don't send him the link. We figured out the other day that Jerry's the twice in 6 months that he messaged me, his emails are going to spam.
Yeah, they were.
And we found out that Gary does not bother to check his spam folder.
Yeah, I don't check my spam folder.
I don't either.
If YouTube thinks you're spam, you're probably spam.
So, Gary,
all right, I got to jump off here and go up in the old K&R Destinations neighborhood for a meeting. So,
well, be good.
I will. We'll see you guys later.
A video tonight on smoking something on that grill?
I don't know if I'll be able to tonight or not. Today is a busy day, so.
All right.
I'm going to try to be the first one to get one out. I don't know if I can or not.
You probably will be, because I think we're going to have to get our house ready to show tomorrow. They wanted to show it at 3:30, but I have a 24-hour rule.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Oh,
right.
yeah, get my mug. See if I can go by K&R's house and get my mug.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you guys later. Love you.
Right, see ya.
Love ya.
Oh, man. Let me see here. Anything else we need to go over before everybody gets gone?
I don't know if somebody's coming on. I was looking. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything, Philip?
No, I didn't. But usually Roy and Becky's after us. I don't know if they're still doing that or not.
Yeah.
They dragged themselves in here a little bit late too.
Well, you know that's pretty tough. That other time zone.
Yeah.
Excuses.
Roy and Becky said
RV Weekends is next,
and RV Weekend says I am next. So good deal. So for everybody, whoops. I don't want to talk to you guys. I hate that my phone's tied to my laptop. I got to get that fixed. So, I'm speechless. I ain't got nothing else to give today. I am just drained. I'm going to have to upload last night's podcast. If you missed last night, we had a pretty good crowd. Traveling Robert. I'll have that uploaded here in a little while to the podcast, or you can go back and rewatch the video. I'll have this interview uploaded to the podcast sometime after a while as well. So we'll have both of them uploaded. Thanks to everybody that has been supporting the podcast. I think it's been good. You know, I didn't have any expectations. So if you don't have any expectations, you know, it's bound to be good, but it has went above anything I could have expected. So I appreciate y'all listening. If any of y'all are, it may just be total strangers. I don't have a clue who is listening. So.
Now, we did drop the link if you need to bug out earlier, Gary, but it's in the chat.
Good deal. Good deal. So, anything we need to talk about? Members, keep an eye on the members tab. We're working on something special for the members. It will also be available to the Patreon members too. So Patreon members, YouTube members, we're going to try to get you guys something for all your love and support. So, but anyway, keep an eye on that. I'll have stuff on the community tab too. The community tab's free and open to everybody. The members tab is for the people that pay for a little bit extra. So, stuff we wouldn't have on here anyway, I say. So, if any of you guys, just a little channel shout out. I've watched several. If y'all are van lifers, Eamon and Beck, EAMON and Beck is my channel of the week, I guess. Also, I'm watching a couple other channels, so might get into some Cargo Largo camping. I'm trying to talk Felix into a Cargo Largo shirt, but we can't do Cargo Largo shirt.
Nope.
Trademark. We didn't
She's
know.
probably saying, "Thank God, it's already taken."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't have the Gary and the Bear stickers. I have a Gary and the Bear sticker. We may work on some cool stuff. We gotta iron out legal issues, like if that is free artwork open to the public, we might can use that. But we may throw out some surprise stuff for the merchandise store in time before the first of the year. I don't know. We just have to see what I think we can get away with, or what we're willing to try to get away with, I guess is the old saying. So
I actually forgot to check on that.
Yeah, David in the chat.
And I need to ask the people that actually put that together, because none of us up here are the creators of that. If it was any of us, it'd be different. But since it's not ours, we would need to ask. But I've had a lot of requests for the mugs and requests for the stickers, and so we will just have to check on that. So
Texas Family Camping's giving everybody a late ticket for coming in.
Yep.
He's YouTube police.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, seriously, people, the last 15 minutes, you're not late. You're almost non-existent.
I can't say nothing. I do that a lot.
And
what it is, I don't get the notification. Or
he got notified he's getting his pillows in on the 24th.
Good deal. Also, if you're going to want this logoed merchandise with this logo, you have to get it before we discontinue it, which will be towards the end of the year. And when we start season 2, we don't have new logo stuff for the season 2. So we're already working on season 2. So you won't see a lot of change. You'll see some difference in merchandise stuff. I don't know if you'll see anything change for the show or not. We ain't got there yet. So might see some of that change. I don't know. We'll see. We want to make it entertaining for everybody, listeners, watchers and listeners, and anything future that we may do down the road. So
that's right, RV Weekends. Everyone except Aaron Jemison, because he was just plain late.
So Aaron Jemison fixing to make the big move south. So
yeah, he's trying to get away from me.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm too close.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that one. Linda Barker, this is my 3rd time dipping in this morning. That'll work. We'll take you when we can get you, Linda Barker.
Mm-hmm.
Any of y'all when we can get you. We had actually dropped down to like below 10, I think. Now we're back up to 18.
12 was the lowest I saw.
Yeah.
But then it started going right back up again, so I don't know.
So we appreciate everybody coming in and listening. I think we're going to knock off early because I have got a bunch of stuff to do. I've got 2 shows to upload to podcast. I've got stuff to talk to these 2. And actually, I done forgot one of the things I was supposed to talk to y'all about.
Okay.
I may have forgot both of them. Anyway, so we're going to let y'all go and raid RV Weekends. And I got to get this house ready to show tomorrow. So I might try to drop in.
Bring it on, buddy. Bring it on.
He's like, come on. All right.
Somebody mouthing or something?
Aaron Jemison.
Hey, Aaron, you're messing with fire right there now, buddy. I'm telling you.
That's the next emoji.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good, and I appreciate everybody coming. Love you guys.